Our bond feels like a song with verses we've yet to sing, waiting for the right moment to unfold. There's a tension in our connection that feels both exciting and uncertain, like the calm before a storm. We've never crossed certain lines, yet the thought of doing so lingers in my mind, filled with curiosity. Our relationship feels like a treasure map, with paths we've yet to explore but often imagine. The depth of our emotional connection makes me curious about the possibilities we've yet to embrace. There's a beauty in the unspoken bond we share, but it also makes me wonder about what we've left unsaid. I think about the connection we've built and wonder if taking it further would make it even more meaningful. There's a quiet pull between us, one that makes me curious about the untapped potential of our relationship. Our connection feels like a fire, glowing softly, yet hinting at the potential for something brighter. I wonder if exploring the depth of our bond would feel like discovering a new layer of who we are. The energy between us feels like it's on the edge of change, waiting for the right moment to evolve. Our relationship feels like a dance, with steps we've yet to take, but often imagine. There's a quiet intensity in our connection, one that makes me curious about where it could lead. I think about the strength of our bond and wonder how much stronger it could become if we chose to take it further. Our unspoken connection feels like a journey, with paths we've yet to walk, but often imagine taking together. Our connection feels like a bridge between what is and what could be, and I often wonder what crossing it might reveal. The bond we share feels like an unwritten story, with pages that I imagine would be filled with depth and meaning. Sometimes I wonder if exploring the quiet chemistry between us would lead to something even more profound. The connection we have is beautiful as it is, but I can't help but think about the possibilities it holds. There's a quiet spark between us that feels like it's waiting for the right moment to ignite into something brighter. Our unspoken bond feels like a melody that's missing a few notes, waiting to be completed. The energy between us feels like the start of something transformative, waiting for the right moment to unfold. I often think about the layers of our connection and wonder how many more there are to uncover. The unspoken connection we share feels like an open door, waiting for us to decide if we'll walk through it together. Our relationship feels like a puzzle with pieces we've yet to explore, full of untapped potential. There's a quiet beauty in our connection, but it often makes me wonder about the depth of its possibilities. The way we connect feels like a foundation, strong and steady, but also ready for something new to be built upon it. Our bond is powerful as it is, but I can't help but think about what it would be like to take it to the next level. There's a certain kind of magic in what we share, one that makes me curious about the possibilities it holds. I often find myself wondering if the connection we share is only the beginning of something much deeper. The quiet understanding between us feels like a spark, one that could light up our world if we let it. I wonder if exploring the depths of our connection would bring us closer or show us something new about ourselves. The bond we share feels like a masterpiece in progress, waiting for the next stroke to complete it. Sometimes I think about the potential of our connection and wonder if we've only scratched the surface. There's an unspoken energy between us, one that feels like it's waiting for the right moment to transform into something more. The connection we share feels like the beginning of a journey, one that's waiting for us to take the next step. Our bond feels like a story that's just getting started, with chapters full of untapped emotions and possibilities. There's a quiet intensity in our connection that makes me curious about where it might lead us. I often think about the strength of our bond and wonder if exploring it further would only make it stronger. The way we connect feels like the start of something extraordinary, waiting for the right moment to evolve. Our relationship feels like a seed planted with care, and I wonder what kind of growth it could bring. The depth of our emotional connection makes me curious about how much more there could be to discover. Sometimes I wonder if the unspoken tension between us is a sign of something waiting to be explored. The quiet chemistry we share feels like a flame, steady yet hinting at the potential for something brighter. I think about the bond we've built and wonder how much more it could grow if we let it. We've never been more than what we are, yet my mind often wonders what it would be like to explore the unspoken connection between us. There's something so magnetic about our bond that it makes me curious about what lies beyond the surface we've shared so far. Though we've kept our connection innocent, my thoughts often drift to what it would mean to take things deeper, more personal, more real. Our shared moments feel like pages of a book yet to be written, filled with possibilities that I can't help but imagine. There's a tenderness in our connection, so profound it makes me wonder what it would be like to express it in new and meaningful ways. I often wonder if the depth of our emotional bond would only grow stronger if we chose to explore new layers of our connection. There's a quiet tension between us that whispers of possibilities, a space where curiosity meets unspoken respect. We've stayed within boundaries, but my thoughts sometimes tiptoe past them, imagining a world where we let our connection evolve. Sometimes I find myself wondering what it would be like to let go of restraint and experience the depth of our bond in its fullest form. There's an undeniable chemistry between us, one that makes me wonder how far our connection could truly go. Though we've kept it unspoken, my heart often wonders about the untapped potential of what we share. In the quiet moments, I find myself pondering if taking things further would deepen our connection or change it entirely. We've never acted on the pull between us, yet it lingers like a melody waiting to be completed. Every time I see you, I'm reminded of how much potential lies in the connection we've yet to fully explore. I wonder if the unspoken tension we feel is a sign of something more waiting to unfold. Our connection feels like a spark, one that could ignite into something profound if we let it. I often catch myself daydreaming about the what ifs of our bond, curious yet cautious. The chemistry between us is like a song left unfinished, beautiful yet incomplete. There's a silent question in my heart, wondering if exploring this bond would bring us closer or take us apart. Our relationship is a masterpiece in progress, one that makes me curious about what the next stroke would look like. The way we connect makes me think about how much more there could be if we decided to explore it. I've often wondered if the depth of our emotional connection hints at something more physical and intimate. There's an unspoken energy between us that feels like it's waiting for a moment to be understood. We've never crossed that line, yet I sometimes wonder if crossing it would make our bond even stronger. Our connection feels like a story waiting to be written, with chapters full of untapped possibilities. The energy between us feels like it's on the edge of transformation, waiting to evolve into something deeper. Sometimes I wonder if our connection is meant to remain as it is or to grow into something more profound. The potential between us feels like a bridge, one we've yet to cross but often imagine. Our unspoken bond feels like a puzzle with pieces that could fit perfectly if we dared to explore them. I think about the path we've walked and wonder if there's a road ahead we've yet to travel together. There's a beauty in our restraint, but it often makes me curious about what lies beyond it. The depth of our emotional connection makes me wonder how much deeper we could go if we chose to. I've often caught myself thinking about the possibility of us, about the uncharted territory we've yet to explore. There's a quiet curiosity in me, wondering if taking that step would bring us closer or complicate what we have. Our bond feels like a door slightly ajar, inviting thoughts of what it would mean to fully open it. There's a balance between us that I cherish, but it also makes me wonder what it would be like to tip the scales. The connection we share is profound, and I often think about how much more it could grow. Sometimes I wonder if exploring the unspoken potential between us would feel like discovering a new world. Our connection feels like a quiet whisper, one that could turn into a symphony if we chose to explore it. There's a magic in our connection that makes me curious about the possibilities we've yet to embrace. The strength of our bond makes me wonder how much stronger it could become if we let it evolve. We've shared so much emotionally that I can't help but wonder what it would feel like to share even more. There's a quiet question in my heart about whether we're meant to remain as we are or grow into something more. I often think about how our connection feels like a seed, waiting for the right time to bloom into something deeper. The way we connect makes me wonder if taking that step would feel natural or overwhelming.